Honorable Chairperson, in his book, The Burden of Freedom, the late Dr. Miles Monroe reminds us that the source of freedom is not legislation, but rather knowledge, the discovery of information powerful enough to set you free in your mind. If a man is what he thinks, then a man is not free until he thinks free. The mind is the key to life. King Solomon once said, "As a man thinks in his heart, so is he." Therefore, he continued, Dr. Miles, you are not free until your mind is set free. Chairperson, the time has come for all South Africans to realize that we are free politically, no matter what our circumstances are. Without this realization, we'll continue to act like slaves and prisoners of the past. We must accept the fact that apartheid is over. To continue blaming Verwoerd and apartheid for our failures today is a clear sign that we are not yet free in our minds and that we have not yet accepted responsibility that comes with freedom. During his Freedom Day address in Umtata in 1999, the late President Nelson Mandela said, and I quote, "On April 27, 5 years ago, we knew that nothing could stop the people's declaration that the time had come to govern ourselves," close quotes. Yes, our people have fought for the right to govern themselves. I believe that governing ourselves goes far deeper than the constitutional right to share in a democratic dispensation and its stated freedoms. Self-governance should nurture values such as respect for God, self-respect, respect for our neighbors, respect for life, and respect for property. These are indispensable values that are needed to build a strong, healthy, prosperous, and peace-loving nation. If we are truly free in our minds, then we will accept responsibility for our actions and everything we do in life. We will not look for scapegoats or someone to blame for our failures. We will take responsibility for our anger and bitterness and for polarizing society and instigating hatred and rebellion in our communities with our speeches. We will learn to control our emotions and choose to do right at all times. The Apostle Paul once said, and I quote, "You, my brothers, were called to be free, but do not use your freedom to indulge the sinful nature, but rather serve one another," close quote. Let us therefore not use our freedom to indulge in lawlessness, selfishness, personal attacks, and insults, but let us serve each other with diligence and work hard to build a prosperous nation that will have enough for everyone. As we exercise our freedom and right to celebrate this freedom, let us not undermine the rights of our neighbor and rob them of their freedom. The ACDP believes South Africans must stand and work together to develop our country into an economic powerhouse that will take Africa out of what appears to be entrenched and endemic poverty. We need to agree on how to achieve our shared goals together while dealing with noticeable cracks in our relationships.
Your time has expired.